So make sure that you have a strap, a block, a pillow, anything you need to try and help support your poses. Um, yes, and that's that. So now we are all hooked up on the mic. And we're going to start in lying down onto our backs.
Where's Lola?
Lola is at home today. She didn't behave herself last week.
He's not here today.
She is, yeah, I know. He didn't return. I'm sure he's watching. Yes. If you'd like me to, I will, Mike Kuzi. So we're going to start lying down on our backs today. Make sure that you have a strap or something to assist in the poses. In a yin class, the idea is to hold your poses for a little bit longer time. That enables the time to be given to have the muscle release into a stretch, as well as the tendons and the ligaments. So the body of the muscle is the big meaty part. Tendons and ligaments are the parts that attach it to bone or other muscles. And that part takes a little bit longer to stretch. So if you take it a little bit deeper, it just helps to progress your poses. So we're going to start with both legs out flat, both arms by your side, just bringing awareness to your breath. Deeply breathing in through your nose, in so that your belly expands, and exhaling slowly. Bringing your awareness to this room, to this moment, knowing that if your mind wanders or begins to be distracted, you can always gently bring it back to some sensation in the moment, your breath or the feeling of a stretch. Slowly bending up your left knee, your foot is flat, your knee is bent. See if you can bring that foot as close as you can to your body, and then straighten your right leg, heel forward to the room in front of you. As we inhale through your nose to the bottom of your lungs, your arms slowly rise up to the ceiling. Fill your lungs completely. As you empty your lungs, let your arms fall to the floor behind you. Once your fingertips touch the floor behind you, inhale, stretching back with the fingertips and forward with the heel of your right foot, feeling that lengthening, that gentle stretch along the backside of your body. As you exhale, gently allow your arms to float back down and by your sides. So use the full length of your exhale to gently bring your arms down by your sides. Once your fingertips touch the floor, your lungs are empty, just reverse your direction. Inhaling up to the ceiling. Exhaling to the floor behind you. Inhaling, reaching back with the fingertips forward with the heel. The full length of your exhale as your arms float back down and by your side. This is just a gentle way to start to give your body notice that we're going to be moving, that we're going to be stretching in ways that we might not do until next Saturday, the Saturday after that. One more time, follow your own breath. Gentle motion connected to breath. Now we're going to stay right there with your arms back and behind you. Don't take them back down by your side. Take a deep inhale to your belly. As you exhale, your belly comes to your spine. Your right leg starts to raise up. Your arms float down to hold behind the knee. The toes pull down, the heel reaching up to the sky. Just a slightly deeper stretch of the hamstrings. Point your toe towards the ceiling and then gently circle your toes around, circle your ankle around. So it's as if you're drawing a small circle on the ceiling with your foot. And then in the opposite direction. One more full circle, then point your toes towards the ceiling. Pull the toes down, reaching down towards the knee. Reach that heel up, feel that stretch. Take a deep inhale. With an exhale, your arms go back over your head. The right leg slowly lowers down to the floor. Take a deep inhale. Reach your fingertips back. Reach that heel forward. With an exhale, let your arms float back down and by your side. The full length of the breath. When your arms come back down to the floor by your side, just switch legs. Your right knee bends, your right foot's flat. Bring it up close to your body as you comfortably can, and then straighten out your left leg. Pull the toes back and reach the heel forward. See if you can feel that gentle stretch. So you're creating an anchor by pulling those toes back and reaching that heel forward. Inhale, your arms float up to the ceiling. Your lungs are filled to the very bottom. Exhale as they float to the floor behind you. Inhale, reach back with your fingertips, reach forward with that heel. Exhale, let your arms float back down and by your side. Try to use the full length of your exhale to bring those arms back down and by your side. A purposeful connection to the breath and to the movement. When the fingertips touch, just reverse your direction, inhaling to the bottom of your lungs, letting your arms rise up. Exhale, letting them fall to the floor behind you. Inhale, reach back with your fingertips, forward with that heel. Exhale, your arms float all the way back down and by your side. One more time, inhaling, filling your lungs, letting your arms reach to the sky. One more time, exhaling them, letting them reach to the floor behind you, and then we'll just leave your arms rested on the floor behind. As you inhale, reach back with your fingertips, reach forward with the heel. As you exhale, pull your belly to your spine. Let your left leg begin to float up towards the sky. Your arms come down to hold behind the left thigh. Shoulders relaxed, jaw relaxed. Point your toe towards the ceiling and then gently circle your ankle in one direction. And then change directions. One more circle and then point your toe towards the ceiling. Pull the toes down, reaching the heel up. Squeeze. Feel that stretch. As you exhale, slowly lower your left leg to the ground. Let your arms float up and come overhead. When your leg hits the ground, when your arms hit the ground overhead, reach back with your fingertips, reach forward with the left heel. As you exhale, slowly allow your arms to float back down and by your side. Beautiful. So we made a gentle warm up of those hamstrings. Let's take it a little deeper with your strap wrapped around the bottom of your left foot. So the strap just wraps around the bottom of your left foot. If you don't have a yoga strap, you can use a dog leash, you can use an electric cord, you can use a tie, anything that assists you in the pose. So that you're not creating all the effort trying to reach up towards your legs. You're allowing the effort to be isolated to the specific muscle in which we are working. Take a deep inhale, and with an exhale, use that strap to begin to bring your leg up towards the sky. As soon as you feel the beginning of a stretch, just stop and hold for a moment. So the goal here is to find the very beginning of the stretch and then engage it with your breath. Using the diaphragmatic breath, you're in through the nose, the belly expands. Upon the exhale, you don't have to pull on that strap any further or any harder. The body will release and the leg will float up a little bit further. So we're going to be holding this for about 2 minutes. Don't worry about finding the end of it. Explore the journey towards the end. A gentle squeeze of your quadricep muscle, the big one on the front of your leg, will help deactivate your hamstring and allow you to take this a little further if further is available. Make sure that that left knee is pointed towards your nose, not out and away from you. If you let the leg turn out, you no longer get your hamstring, you're getting a different muscle. Breathe. Breathe into the areas you feel tight or restricted. And as you exhale, just allow them to release. Allow a little bit of tension to go out of your body along with the breath. We've got another minute left here. Be gentle with your body. If it doesn't feel right for you, allow yourself to release down further away to a more comfortable portion of the stretch. No struggles and no strains. Bring all of your focus and attention to the feel of the stretch or the depth of your breath. We have 15 more seconds here. Breathe. One more deep inhale. One more slow exhale. Release your right hand from the strap. Bring it all the way down to the floor, out to the side, like the letter T. So the strap is held in the left hand. The left leg is strong and straight. With an exhale, slowly begin to bring your left leg out towards the floor on your left. Now the goal is to get that leg all the way to the floor. If it doesn't feel like it can get there easily, you can slide that left leg closer towards the midline, or you can put a block or a pillow underneath of your ankle. The goal is to find a place where you can bring all of your focus and attention to the gentle stretch, to allow your breath to deepen that stretch. So if you're lying here in a position that feels uncomfortable, you're never going to get the focus back. So find an expression of each and every pose you can hold with ease, and then breathe. Breathe into the areas that feel tight or restricted, imagining that you're expanding those areas with your breath. And as you exhale, release tension, release tightness and trying and effort along with the breath. Got another 30 seconds here. If it doesn't feel right for your body in this position, give yourself permission to release without struggle, without strain. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. Really allow that air to just drizzle out of you along with the tension and the stretch. Take a deep inhale to your belly. With the exhale, use that strap to pull that leg back up towards the ceiling. Bringing both hands to hold on to that stretch again. We're going to hold for another 30 seconds with just that left leg straight up in the air, squeezing to tighten that quadricep. And then straighten your right leg all the way down to the ground. If that is comfortable for you, just adding a little bit more to the stretch. Shoulders relaxed and jaw relaxed. Make sure you don't create tension in the rest of your body while you're trying to release tension in a different part. Feel that stretch. Squeeze that quadricep muscle to help release it. And then we're going to release your left hand from the strap all the way down to the floor like half of the letter T. The strap is held in your right hand. Take a deep inhale. With an exhale, gently bring that left leg across your body towards the right. So again, you're trying to find the floor. This one's a little bit more challenging. You might slide a pillow or slide a block underneath of the leg or the ankle, or just bring that leg closer down towards the midline of your mat so that it can make it to the floor, but still remain straight. Find an expression of the pose that you can hold with ease. Even if that means bending your left knee so the leg isn't completely straight, you'll still be getting the benefit of the rotation. You just won't be getting that iliotibial band stretch. And I know how much you all love the iliotibial band stretch. Gently squeeze your quadricep muscle. Breathe. Close your eyes for a moment and see if you can just bring focus to what it is you feel. No struggles and no strains. We have 15 seconds left here. If it feels like it's already enough for you, just go ahead and bring yourself out of the pose. Release judgments about whether you're doing it right or if someone else is doing it better. Just keep your attention on your experience. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then with your next exhale, use that strap to bring that leg back up to the sky. Holding onto the strap with both hands. Let's see if we can take that hamstring just a little bit deeper. So really doing a lot of work to release that hamstring. Enjoy it. Breathe. And then what we're going to do is use your strap to slowly start to bend that left knee, drawing it down towards your body. So if you can reach your hands to the bottom of your foot, that's great. If you can't, you can either hold onto the strap or you can just bring your hands right behind your knee. The idea is to bring that knee into that left armpit for half of Happy Baby. So the Happy Baby is a really good one for opening up your hip and stretching muscles that we very rarely stretch. Be cautious that there is no pain. There is no struggle or strain. Your shoulders relax, your jaw relax, you're breathing deeply into that left hip. You're releasing struggle, you're releasing strain. Breathe. "20 more seconds here. If it feels like you've had enough of this, just go ahead and release it. I've had enough of all of this." Can you imagine? One more deep inhale. One more slow exhale. Then what I want you to do, if you're holding onto your strap or you're holding onto the bottom of your foot, I want you to just bring your hands to the back of your left thigh. Slowly let that left knee just bend. And then as you bring that left leg back towards the floor, just let your left ankle come to rest on your right knee. So we're going to come into that figure 4 position. With the left ankle rested just above the right knee, let your left knee drop towards the floor. We're just opening up the front of your hip here. This is a really subtle stretch, but it's a really important one. If you're tight here, you'll know it while you're doing this stretch because you'll feel it. If this is a relatively loose muscle on you, then you won't feel probably much of anything, but it's still good to move the hip into each direction that's available to it. Breathe. Take a deep inhale, let your arms rise up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, let your arms fall to the floor behind you. As you inhale, reach back with your fingertips, reach forward with that right heel, feel that lengthening. As you exhale, begin to bring your right knee and your left ankle up towards your chest. Your hands float down to hold behind your right thigh. So we're doing a deep stretch of that left hip muscle. No struggles, no strains. Breathe. We're holding this for a full 2 minutes. That piriformis is one of the most important muscles in your body. If it's tight, it can cause problems in the back or down into the legs. So we really want to take a moment to allow this to open, to allow this to release. Breathe into the tightness. As you exhale, allow your breath to take along with it any tightness or restriction. Shoulders relaxed, jaw relaxed. No struggles and no strains. Got a 30 seconds left. See if you can find a position in this pose that just feels really good. It doesn't feel like an effort or trying or pushing. Allow yourself back out of it until you find that space where it just feels delicious. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then gently release your hands from behind that right thigh. Let your right foot come to the floor. Your right knee is still bent. Your left ankle is still resting on top of the knee. Take your arms out to the sides like the letter T, and then slowly let your left leg just slide over top of your right. With an exhale, let both knees drop to the left. The weight of your left leg just pulls that right one across. You don't have to pull on it or tug on it. We're stretching gently that right iliotibial band, your right quadratus lumborum, your left, your left, whatchamacallit. You can turn your head to the right if it doesn't bother your neck, and then bring your focus back to the breath, back to the depth of the stretch. One more deep inhale here. Really see if you can breathe into that right rib cage, expanding it with this breath. And as you exhale, see if you can melt just a little bit deeper. And then slowly begin to release by bringing your back flat to the ground, uncrossing your legs so that both feet are flat, both knees are bent. And then slowly straighten out your right leg. We're going to do the whole thing on the right side. So start by wrapping your strap around the bottom of your right foot, bringing that right leg all the way down to the ground. A small, gentle squeeze of your right quadricep, the big muscle on top, will help to deactivate your hamstring so that as you relax, you can bring that right leg up towards the sky. Stop where you begin to feel the stretch, and then let's gently progress it using our breath. We're holding this first hamstring stretch for a total of 2 minutes. So make sure that you're in a position that you can enjoy that. Shoulders relaxed, jaw relaxed, bring the tension out of your body. Gently squeezing your quadricep muscle. If you want to progress it by bringing the leg back, do it as you exhale. Use the diaphragmatic breath to calm and ease the central nervous system. Bring your focus and attention to what it is you feel here. No struggles and no strains. Make sure that the kneecap is pointed forward towards your nose, not out and away from you. Got another 45 seconds here, so make sure that you found a comfortable stretch. Progressing it as you exhale, if that's there for you. If it's not, just stay where you are. Allow your body the time to open. Breathe into the areas of tightness as if you are expanding them with your breath. As you exhale, allow the tension, the trying, and the effort to be released along with the breath. We've got one more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then gently release your left hand from that strap, holding that strap with your right arm. Take a deep inhale. With an exhale, slowly begin to let your right leg drop out to the right, trying to find the floor. So that may mean that you have to slide a block or a pillow underneath of your ankle. That's perfectly fine. Or you may need to bring that right leg down closer to the midline of your body. Find the position where you can have the leg supported by the floor, but still straight. Squeeze that quadricep muscle tight. Feel that gentle stretch now on the inside of your right thigh, your adductors. Breathe into the areas that feel tight or restricted. Imagine that you're expanding those areas with your breath. As you exhale, allow the tension to go along with the breath. I've got another 30 seconds here, so really just find the expression of the pose that you can hold with ease. Allow your mind to focus on the sensation of the stretch or the depth of your breath. One more deep inhale here. One more really slow exhale. And then on your next exhale, pull your belly to your spine to help protect the spine. Use that strap to draw that right leg back up to the ceiling. Re-engage the strap with both hands. And then straighten your left leg out to the floor. The left leg is active. The toes are gently pulled back. The left heel gently reaching towards the wall in front of you. Squeeze your quadricep muscle. We're going to hold this for 30 seconds just to let your body become accustomed to the new position. Shoulders relaxed and jaw relaxed. No struggles and no strains. One more deep inhale here. With the exhale, release your right hand to the floor like half of the letter T. Use that strap to begin to draw that right leg across your body towards the left for spinal twist. Remember, the goal is to get the foot or the leg to be supported by the floor or a block or a pillow, whatever it is you need to keep the leg straight. Or just slide that leg closer down towards the midline of your body. You even have the choice of bending that right knee to get a more gentle rotational stretch. Remember, no tingling, no numbness down to your feet. That just means that you're stretching a nerve to a point that it's not pleased. No good can come from that. Close your eyes and bring your focus and attention to what it is you feel in that right iliotibial band. Breathe into the tightness. No struggles, no strains. One more deep inhale here. Really breathe into the areas that feel tight or restricted, expanding them with your breath. One slow exhale, allowing the air to just drizzle out of your body along with tension, effort, or trying. And then with your next exhale, your belly pulls to the spine. Begin to use that strap to draw that right leg back up to the ceiling, rolling onto a flat back. We'll just let your body re-engage here for a moment. And then gently, with an exhale, use that strap to draw your right knee down towards your right armpit. If you can reach your hands to the bottom of your right foot, that's perfectly fine. Or just have your hands behind your right knee and try to get the palm of that right foot to be pointed straight up to the sky. Shoulders relaxed, jaw relaxed. We have a full 2 minutes here. So find an expression of this pose that you can hold with ease, without struggle, without strain. One more minute. If it feels like you've had enough of this pose or any other, allow yourself the freedom to release a pose. Take yourself into child's pose, take yourself into a shavasana, whatever you'd like for the rest of the time. It's perfectly fine. Shoulders relaxed and jaw relaxed. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then try to move your hands so that they're back behind the right thigh, keeping that right knee right into your chest, but holding that right thigh with both hands, seeing if you can draw it in just a little deeper. And then slowly bending your right knee, just letting your right foot drop so it's no longer pointed up towards the ceiling, it's just relaxed. And then as you lower your right foot towards the floor, bring it to the outside of your left knee. Once your foot is down to the floor, just let that ankle rest above your left knee. Let your right knee drop down towards the floor. Just a gentle opening of the front side of those hip flexor muscles, your iliacus. Breathe. Gently. Take a deep inhale, let your arms rise up towards the ceiling, your belly fills with air. As you exhale, let your arms fall to the floor behind you. As you inhale, reach back with your fingertips, reach forward with that heel. As you exhale, draw your left knee and your right ankle into your chest, your hands float down to hold behind the right thigh. Shoulders relaxed, jaw relaxed. We're doing a deep stretch of your piriformis here. Breathe. No struggles, no strains. "30 more seconds." Bring all of your focus and attention to that right hip, the feeling of that stretch, to the breath, breathing into the tightness, expanding the tightness with your breath. exhaling and releasing tension, releasing effort. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then slowly release your left foot to the ground. Your right ankle still resting just above that left knee. Take your arms out to the side like the letter T. As you exhale, slowly let your right leg cross over your left. With your next exhale, let both knees drop over towards your right and gently turn your head towards the left. Breathe. Breathe into that left rib cage. Feel that gentle stretch. As you exhale, see if you can melt. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then gently pull your belly to your spine and come back to a flat back. Separate your knees. Gently pulling both knees into your chest, holding behind your knees with each of your hands. So both knees pulled in, shoulders relaxed, jaw relaxed. Gentle stretch. Breathe. So you have an option. You can stay gently like this as you are, or try to bring the palms of your feet up towards the ceiling for the full happy baby pose. You can do that with your hands behind your thighs, or you can reach your hands up to the inside, the big toe side of your foot to gently pull those knees down further into the pose. So we're going to be holding this happy baby for a full minute. Your shoulders relaxed, your jaw relaxed, no struggles, no strains. Find an expression of the pose that you can hold with ease. And breathe. If you'd like, during this minute of a happy baby, you can rock gently from side to side. It's just a way of mobilizing your SI joints, your sacroiliac joints, the place where you sometimes feel stiffness in the low back, especially if you're experiencing it on one side or the other. This is a really good way to open that up. We've got 15 more seconds. If it feels like it's too much for you, allow yourself to gently come out of the pose. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then we'll slowly release one at a time. Your left foot down to the floor, your right foot down to the floor. Both knees are bent, both feet are flat. We're going to walk our feet together so your big toes are touching. Cobbler's pose for a full 2 minutes. So let your knees drop out in opposite directions. Remember, you have options here to support the pose. You can put some underneath of your knees, or you can make fists with your hands and rest them underneath the tops of your thighs. You also have the option of just sliding your feet down further towards the end of your mat. We have a full 2 minute in happy baby. In cobbler's pose. This is a really good place to practice your diaphragm. If you'd like to do that, put one hand on your belly, put one hand on your chest. As you inhale, fill the belly with air. Feel that hand on your belly rising up, followed by the hand on your chest. It's a good illustration of filling your lungs from the bottom. The bottom hand rises, followed by the top hand. As you exhale, the top hand falls, followed by the bottom hand. It's a really good visualization or representation of diaphragmatic breath, filling the belly with air, followed by the top of the chest. Emptying the top of the chest, followed by the bottom. You may notice as you continue that diaphragmatic breathing that the knees just fall further down towards the floor, that tension is released. That happens automatically with the diaphragmatic breath. Focus on the breath or the feeling of the stretch. We have another 45 seconds in this pose. No struggles and no strains. One more deep inhale here. Really see if you can bring yourself to the full appreciation of the sensations of the breath as it enters your lungs and as it exits. And slowly bring your hands to the outside of your thighs. Use your hands to bring your legs back up and together. When those adductors are stretched for a long period of time, they tend to be weakened. Give yourself the opportunity to cause no struggle or strain by using your hands to bring your knees back together. Feet flat and knees bent. We're going to use your blocks to help do a supported bridge next. So if you don't have a block, grab one, or you can use a pillow. You can even use your hands made into fists and stacked up. So if you have a block, lift your hips from the ground and just slide your block down underneath of your sacrum, that bottom supportive bone. You can use your hands stacked into fists to do the same thing. Find the edge of the block that gives you the lift and support that you need. So you can be on the very lowest side. You can turn it up on one side so it's halfway to the highest, or you can turn it all the way to the highest side. Holding on to the block with your hands to make sure that it doesn't shift underneath of you. Let all of your weight just rest there. No struggles and no strains. Breathe. The blocks are over behind right from behind. There's a whole basket of them. Breathe. Allow that block to hold your body weight. So this becomes an effortless inversion pose. The inversions are one where your knees and your hips are slightly higher than the level of your heart. It allows for a reverse of your circulation. It allows for your heart to take a small break from pumping all the way down to the legs. These are really good poses for nighttime if you can't sleep, believe it or not. Some people like to lie on the floor with their legs up on the wall, their feet above their level. That's a perfectly good supported pose in inversion. No struggles and no strains. Breathe. We've got 1 more minute in this pose. If it feels like it's too uncomfortable for you, just release down to a child's pose or to Shavasana or any other pose that you find comfortable to hold for a full minute. Breathe. One more deep inhale here. One more slow exhale. And then gently pull your belly into your spine, lift your hips from that block, slowly release your hips back down to the ground. Now, for our final relaxation, I'm going to give you a couple of choices. I would like you to do it in a supported fish pose, and I'll demonstrate that for you. If you don't have one of these large pillows you can use at home, a sofa cushion, you can use regular pillows. Take your block and put it at the very far end of that. Your bottom sits right up against it, and then you lie back so that your whole back is supported. If you'd like to do Shavasana in just a regular pose, it's perfectly fine. But in the fish pose, the modified fish pose, you're getting a little bit of extension on your spine. We tend to sit in flexed positions throughout our day. So if you'd like to do regular Shavasana and you'd like a ball underneath of your knees for support, just bend your knees and I'll bring you a ball. If you'd like a pillow to do the supported fish, you want to do the supported fish or you want to, okay. So sit up for me. And then this goes back here. Your head falls back onto that pillow. Keep your knees bent for a moment. And then straighten out your legs. Good. So if it doesn't feel comfortable while we're in the pose, just allow yourself to leave the pose. That's perfectly fine. So let's slide this underneath your legs. And then let your legs come down. If it feels uncomfortable, allow yourself to leave the pose. Lee, would you like a fish pose or would you just like a ball underneath your knees? Mike, could you let me slide this underneath your knees? Good. Come on down. And I'll get you the ball, Lee. There you go. And one more. So just bring your breath, bring your attention to your breath. Tony, let me slide this underneath your knees. It just takes a little pressure off the back. Good. Let your arms lie by your side. Let your palms be turned up if that's okay for your shoulders. And breathe. Anytime during this fish pose, if you feel like you'd rather be flat, just take yourself out of it. It's perfectly fine to move and choose your own comfort. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Feel that breath, that chest open as you exhale, melt. In the modified fish pose, we're in more of an extended position. Our spines throughout the day tend to be flexed when you sit with your knees close to your chest. It's called a flexed position, and your spine is arched into a C shape. This reverses it. It's really good to spend time in the opposite direction from the one which you have been in. Breathe. This Shavasana is all about you being in communication with your experience. Feel the weight of your body on the floor. Allow yourself to choose stillness, to choose comfort. Notice any distractions, but don't attach to them. Feel the breath as it enters and as it exits. Feel the expansion of your rib cage with the breath. For your next 10 deep inhales and slow exhales, count each one backwards to yourself from 10 to 0, really bringing intense and purposeful focus to your breath. And then just release your breath and let your mind come to stillness. Notice any distraction, but do not attach to it. Do not give it a story. And then we'll slowly start to bring your attention back to your bodies by just gently wiggling your fingers, gently wiggling your toes, bringing awareness back to those small joints as they move. Spread your fingers wide, spread your toes apart, and feel that stretch between your fingers, between your toes. And curl your fingers into a fist, curl your toes under, and feel the skin as it stretches over your knuckles. Let your hands and your feet relax. Take a deep inhale. Let your shoulders pull up towards your ears. As you exhale, slide your arms down and away from your shoulders as if you're trying to touch the bottom of your mat. And just feel that gentle stretch from your shoulders to your ears or to the side of your neck. And then let them relax. Gently let your head begin to rock from side to side. Feeling the movement of the neck and the muscles, the bones. And then let your head come back to whatever position feels comfortable for you. Take a deep inhale. Let your arms rise up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, let them fall back and behind your head. Reach back with your fingertips as you inhale to the very bottom of your lungs. As you exhale, slowly draw one knee at a time in towards your chest. Don't try to move them both together at the same time. If you're in fish pose, you want to be gradual. Let your arms come down one at a time to hold on to that knee. Stretch in the opposite direction for a moment, hugging your knees into your breathing. And then when you're ready, just gently roll over to your right side. Be careful if you're pillowed that you don't fall and clunk to the floor. That would be just not right. Lying there in a fetal position for just a moment, just bringing attention back to the depth of your breath, filling your lungs one time. Feel the sensation of the breath as it enters. Feel the release of the breath as it exits. And then when you're ready, push up to an easy seated position and see that the Christmas elves have been here and left you a little Ghirardelli's white chocolate sugar cookie chocolate. How do they know how much we love chocolate, those elves? This class has been brought to you by Ghirardelli's. I had to do that. So just have an easy seated position where you got one too, Lee. Everyone but Lee got chocolate. Long, tall spine. So sit in a position of ease where your spine feels like it's at ease, where your breath feels like it's at ease. Take a deep inhale, lengthening your spine. As you exhale, see if you can hold that tall and lengthened posture with ease. Another deep inhale lengthens your spine, the top of your head reaching up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, bring your hands into heart center, a prayer position, your thumbs gently against your chest, your chin drops down. You guys are here for our very last class of the year. Thank you so much. It's been a very challenging, interesting, good, and sometimes not so good year, but it's been wonderful having you with us, all of it. Chris asked me to please tell you Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, all that good stuff. Namaste. Have a wonderful time. Thank you, guys. We will not be back until the Saturday after New Year's, because New Year's falls on a Saturday. We will not be here for that day. So January, hope to have you here, and a wonderful rest of your year.
Thank you. Thanks, Bill. What are you going to do without us?
I don't know. I'm going home to see my mama. Marcy says, thank you and have a lovely New Year's. Happy to the class and all. Good to see you. Enjoy North Carolina. Get a sweater and stay warm. Bye-bye now. I'm eating my chocolate right now.
Oh, Marcy was live?
Marcy was watching on